Hi everybody, this is Kathy and I am here today to give you a kit share, the products I have left out of my mini kit Monday. And I'm going to start out with the paper I have left and then go to my embellishments. I do have quite a bit of the paper left. I did use quite a bit of it, but I'm okay with what I have left because I love this paper company. So, but I did get a lot used up. So here I'm just going to flip through. I did use half of this, and I ripped part of this, and this one's that green piece. I did a couple layouts extra, but I didn't film them, but I punched out some circles. I love all these quotes, but they just didn't fit in with what I was doing this month. So, and here's a bunch of scraps that I will keep because I love this paper. So this red, I didn't really have any photos right now to use this, so it will go back in my drawer with the KI Memories paper. And here's a couple full sheets. I love the stripes. And there's some. Oh, there's a piece of scrap. So these are all the full sheets that I have left that I just didn't get a chance to use. So, and then I have these scraps, which you can use these and use them on a layout and have lots of layouts done. So I'm going to just slide them in my drawer. This sheet, the colors were off. If I did more of a primary page, I think it would have worked better, so I will keep those. These are the little, like the alphabet, and I did use some of these on a layout. Some of them are popping out, like, so I did use a lot of these. These I didn't use because it just didn't, these are like friendships, so I didn't really use any photos with friendship. I did use these, and I used a lot of these on my pages. And this color looks like I used the S's on one, and I used some of these. So those, again, will go back in my drawer. And I have a drawer that's labeled KI Memories. So, and here's some of the candy. Like I said, I used some of the flowers, but like the candy I did not use. I pulled some of these out of the jar that I showed you in my beginning of my August share of my kit. So I bagged up these. I used some sequins, and I used the 2 bows. I used almost all of these. And then I used a few of these brads. And I used up a lot of the kites. This was full. So I used maybe a couple of these. So I didn't use any of these again because they were primary colors. This side I didn't use, but I did use You and Me off of this one. This one is from Dear Lizzie. I did use one here, and then I used one of these and down here on a layout. I can't remember. I might have used something down here and maybe something down here, but this one is still pretty full. I did not use any of these. I'm gonna still try to keep them in a kit share so I can use them up. I put those away. I used a lot of my mesh. Not a lot, but I did use some. So that will go back in my stash. Here is a few of empties. I finished up the flamingo. And oops, there's one in there. I'm glad I've seen that. I'm going to add that to the new pack. I used up the rest of the Summer Dreams enamel dots, and I used a lot of the rubber stickers here. So that will go in my KI drawer. And I didn't use very many of these, or I don't think I used any of them. So, but I did cut up that sheet that had these strips, and I used several of those. And then here is a KI that goes with. So I only have that little bit left. So these will go in with my, I'll separate these with boy, girl later on. I used up these stickers. Oh, that goes in my How to Kill a Kit with Style. I didn't use any of these flowers because I didn't use that paper. I did use some of these from Cheeky Studio, and I used almost all of these from KI. So that will go in my KI drawer. And I used up, I don't think I used any of these, but I did more of the boy. And then here's the new pack of flamingos. So, I pulled this out, but didn't get a chance to use it. I will try to pull this again for a boy, if I'm doing the boys. Here is another empty container. And I think I used just a couple of these. I did use one of these and a little bit of this. And I didn't use any of those. And these are, I used a couple of, or maybe one of these flares on a layout, and it matched the KI really well. And I used a couple of these on the layout. So that is all the stuff that's left. So now I will show you. I did use a couple bows. The washi tape I still have left, of course. So now I will show you my layouts. This one here I don't have a process video to it, but I was trying to use up some of the paper and some of my stuff. This is Braxton and Briley. We took them to the Sky Rush Park, and I journaled about it, and I put you and me, and I used a lot of the rubber pieces from the KI memories, and then I used up some of the kites. And what I did was I just got my circle punches out, and I punched circles to show a lot of the paper. And then I put my mesh on some white cardstock paper, and then I punched it, so it kind of gives it a different texture. And I put them in 3 places. So here's that one. Okay, and then here's another one I did. I have a flower stamp, and I stamped the flowers, and then I fussy cut them out. I will get my stamp and show you which one it is. I was playing one day, and I did use my oxide inks. This is from Heartfelt Large Sweet Pansies, and here's the stamp. And the leaves are really long, so I cut them in half, and I tucked them. So, and here I used some of the sequins that Tuesday gave me in a kit, and I used up the bows. And that's the 2 places where I put those mini bows. And I used a really old flare. And here I used some of the mesh and just put it on the background. So I really love how the mixed media turned out, and the kites and the flowers together. I really love how this one turned out. And there's no video for this one either. I did this one extra. This one, this is Lane, and he's taking a nap, so I used a lot of Cheeky Studios Ahoy ephemera pack, and then I used up some of my KI memory tags and some of the scraps of paper, and I mounted this boy paper on a blue cardstock, kind of outline it, and then I put it on white to go with the little cloud. So I really love how this one turned out too. And there is a video, and there's a flare. So if you want to check this one out, it is on my channel. And then this one I did, I used up a lot of the, and I think there's a video for this one. But I used some of the candy, the eye candy, the little rubber pieces, and I used some of Cheeky Studios ephemera pack, and I ripped washi tape. This one I pulled in lots of other colors to go with her outfit, and I also used some of the washi tape that I pulled to go with this kit. So I really love how this one turned out. This one's an well, I can't remember if I have a video for this one or not, but I used another flare. I used a lot of the ephemera, and I used the paper that I had, and I did some brush strokes with the paint, and I used some of the orange KI memories, and some of the sequins that Tuesday sent me in my order, and then some of the little phrase stickers. I really love how this one turned out. It just goes perfect with the ephemera that I used. There's that one. This one is up on my channel. I used a cut file from Hip Kits, and I backed it with the KI memory paper, and I tucked a little card over here, and then I used them over here, and I cut that, and I used a little flag and some eye candy, and I used up a lot of the little word phrases and used some of the brats out of my drawer and the enamel dots. And I love how this one is just kind of heavy over on this side and then a little bit over here. I love this one. This one was one of my last videos, and I love this paper. I used the matching cardstock, and it has like a rough, bumpy look to it, and that's my favorite basil. So I tied some twine, and I used my shimmers sprays on here, and it really matches really well with the paper I used. I outlined Lane, and I used up some of these, and I did pull some little tags out of my stash that I didn't have in my kit. So I really love this one too. And it's Lane at the Park. So, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I want to thank you for coming, and please check out Becky and Daisy and Dollie and Traci on their channels, and they will have a kit share out of their August kit. And thank you for commenting. I love to read everybody's comment, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in a week for Mini Kit Mondays, and I will get a kit together for September. Thank you for coming. Bye.